are about to witness bodily dismemberment, sub-zero temperatures, and all-out mayhem. Brought to you by the Frontline Network.
Sup COH fans, and welcome to episode 9 of Frontline Fatalities Season 3, brought to you by the Frontline Network, presented by me, FatalSaint, and my good friend Tommy. What's up, Tommy?
What's up, Fatal? We are back into Code 2. We had a little tickle of Code 1 lately, and now we're back into Code 2. We're back on Langraskaya, a map that seems to be cropping up more and more these days.
Yep, not winter version, summer version of Langraskaya in Code 2 between the Soviet player Apfelsaft and the German player Buggy. Gotta be duking it out on the fields of Langraskaya.
Yes,
it's always gonna be Langre.
Because we saw Apfelsaft. He featured in our big World Championship tournament a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And he did fairly well, as I recall. I believe he beat his his round 3 opponent or something like that.
Yeah, I think he went round 4 or so.
But yeah, he went reasonably far.
Yeah, and I think we featured him after that as well, and I think he's been playing in the ESL leagues and maybe some of the smaller tournaments as well.
Okay, cool.
So I think he plays quite a lot, so I'm expecting to see some good Soviet play, and I'm really excited for that, because it seems that currently Soviets is the thing to master. You know, it's the hard faction right now, I think.
Yeah, people really bigging up the old Germans OP.
Yeah.
Right now, so
kind of opposite of what it was 2 months ago.
Yeah, well, I suppose that's patching for you.
Yeah, but without further ado, with a 5-second marker, ready to go, Tommy?
I'm ready.
Unpause in 3, 2, 1, unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So it's going to be interesting because we actually featured Langre in the semi-finals, I think, and the finals was on Kolodny of the Wi-Fi Game Key tournament, and we saw quite a lot of Axis dominance with MGs, like base pinning. Who was it? OMG Pop versus Barton. Barton playing the Soviets completely base pinned in his sector. He had nothing apart from his base sector.
Yeah, and that was actually from the opposite side, which most conventional wisdom would suggest it's harder to base pin from. And whereas the map that we're seeing here today sees the Germans down in the south with the US, the Soviets up in the north. So, yeah, and you know, when you are in the north, you do not have all that many ways to exit your base. You sort of have your one main entrance, which is where that conscript squad is running right through, and that's a fairly narrow little corridor right there. Yeah. You can lock that down with an MG very easily. And
with that, you lock down the strategic point as well, the cutoff.
Yes, exactly.
That's the horrible part of Langre.
That elusive cutoff, yeah, you lose that, and it can really apply a lot of pressure very quickly. So it will be interesting to see what Apfelsaft decides to do, because often it is the German player who, at least initially, has the momentum and can sort of choose what he wants to do. But so far, it does look like he is going for the left-hand side as opposed to pressing down on the right and upwards.
Yeah.
With his first Gren and now second Gren. 2 Gren opening.
2 Gren opening. We got 2 conscripts for Apfelsaft on the field in the first mainline infantry battle over the middle VP between conscripts and Grens. I think the Grens got into the yellow cover a bit quicker, but he took a few one casualty to a few critical shots in that very early engagement, and that's some early Molotovs. I didn't even see that one coming. I just saw the Molotov upgrade. That was basically, that happened during that engagement. That made him win the first engagement against Grenadiers with conscripts. That's not bad at all. Very strong Soviet opening.
And he maintains all 6 men on that squad as well.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we had 2 men lost from that Grenadier squad, so a nice little aggressive opening from our Soviet player. But did he just go for a single conscript and then
two conscript Molotov, and the third one is cooking in his base right now. So we've seen quite a lot of 3 conscript Molotov into tech, or maybe a 4th conscript, but I don't think we've seen, not a lot at least, a very fast Molotov upgrade just after 2 conscripts. Once before, yeah. It's quick.
It's certainly not very common.
It's half a squad, basically. The Molotov upgrade, so obviously it's going to mean a delay right now, but winning that early engagement means he's going to lock down the right-hand side here. He was chased off the left-hand side. He did send his initial combat engineers to the left capping, while he's sending all of his conscript mainline infantry to the right for capping. But that was forced off by the Pios. There was a bit of a stalling action going on, and then the second Grand Squad, I believe it was, came to give a helping hand to the Pioneers to chase off the combat engineers. So at least the German player has one fuel, and Apfelsaft just actually secured the fuel on the right-hand side. So resource-wise and sector-wise, fairly even.
Yes, looking like we've got quite an aggressive little move here from Buggy. He is going right down towards that cutoff with his MG positioned in the center, which is now packing up and is probably going to move forwards towards that cutoff, I believe. Yeah, he is. So it looks like he is moving forward to try and grab that base pin very quickly, and all of a sudden we now see the Soviet player Apfelsaft has lost almost all of his connected territory there on the right-hand side.
Yeah, he's capping one strategic point on the left-hand side, and he will most likely continue capping with that conscript squad if he doesn't go in for a flanking attempt with a Molotov on that MG. But MG is nicely placed, actually covering that entrance to the center as well. So, but there is a conscript squad. He bumps into one of the grenadiers, so obviously the MG can quite easily be flipped as the conscript squad is quite far away. But at the same time, we do have conscripts exiting the Soviet base as well. So yeah, I don't know. He needs to apply some pressure right now before so he can reclaim his cutoff point and get some more resources.
We had a very late dodge on a Molotov here between a conscript and a grenadier, which led to those grenadiers losing quite a bit of health. These conscripts coming all the way around the back of the German forces here and just cap the strategic point for themselves. But now here comes a new Axis unit. It is a sniper.
A sniper? So is it two Grens
MG
sniper?
Back like
this
the old,
reminds me of something.
yeah, it is just like the old school strategy of Volk MG sniper.
Not bad, not bad. Very interesting. But yeah, Apfelsaft still has to reclaim his cutoff. He's not really getting any resources whatsoever. He's at 16 plus munitions and a plus 10 fuel. He has been building his tier 1 building in his base, and he's building an M3 right now.
Okay, so it's a little bit of a delayed clown car, but a clown car nonetheless. Do we have any flamers for him to stick in it? Yes, I just saw those guys upgrading.
Yep, they just upgraded in the base, and he's just waiting for the M3, which is finished right now. He's going to head on to the field of Longorskaya, and going to apply some pressure to especially that MG, I believe. At the same time, that conscript squad went all the way down to the left, capped the fuel, which is still connected. Even though he took that strategic point, you can see it like wraps around to that strategic point just outside of the Soviet to the west, on the left side of that base. So it's still connected actually, but everything on the right is still disconnected. He's trying to reclaim his cutoff right now, and the MG did move up a little bit, but he's actually out of the arc of fire from that MG now. And here comes the M3, and both of the Grens, or one of the Grens and a Pio is on the right, and one of the Grens were capping. So instant retreat from that MG, as there was no support in the vicinity of that MG against this M3.
Yep, as isolated MG is the perfect target for these M3s when they're roaming around. If he finds an MG on its own with no Gren to Faust it, it's just perfect.
Yeah, you don't need to fear the MG. Obviously, if you use the Vet 1 ability and you just sit there in front of it, just taking flak, that's one thing. But, you know, as long as you just... It's very simple, really. All you have to do is just get to the back of the MG or the side of the MG when you're not inside of the firing arc, and that MG is barbecue, basically. Looking like a full retreat of German forces from basically everywhere. He had his sniper picking away on one of the conscript squad, which capped that left-hand side VP. But yeah, apart from that, it looks like everything was forced back to base due to, you know, an M3 backed up by some conscript.
Looks like that is, yeah, I mean, it's a very powerful unit, and if it catches you off guard, as it just did, you know, with all the units sort of spread out like that instead of being concentrated, it is going to have a pretty nasty impact. And actually now, if you look at the map, an awful lot of the map is now in Soviet hands, including both of these key fuel points.
Yeah, he's actually got a pretty nice income right now with almost 100 fuel in the bank already, with a 33 plus. It's not going to take him long to keep ticking and, you know, get a fast tank out if he goes tier 3 for T-34 T-70s, or if he goes for, goes that M3.
Down, but the M3 goes down, and the flamers inside get roasted there.
So tier 2 obviously up for the Germans. First unit out a scout car, which helps in taking out that M3 and the flamer engineer as well. At the same time, we have a Soviet sniper on the field for Apfelsaft now. Most likely going to be looking to pick up some grenadiers, very nice and expensive, and maybe P-grants if that comes out of the tier 2 building. And obviously picking away on that Axis sniper, getting the counter sniper.
Yeah, if he can grab that counter sniper, that's going to be worth an awful lot to him. How many kills does that Axis sniper have? He has 5 kills right now, so it's
not too
still
much.
in the low numbers, but he has only been out for a couple of minutes.
Comes that scout car now into the center, most likely afraid of a possible 18-8 on it, even though the 18-8s were changed in one of the recent patches.
Oh, German sniper took a shot on the Axis sniper, and there's the counter sniper right there. He shot the spotter.
He tried.
Shot him.
He tried, and the Soviet sniper is actually going to go back to base to get his spotter back. There's the 18-8 on that scout car, leaving it extremely vulnerable right now, but there is only this 3-man conscript squad chasing him. Everything else is over in the center being chased off by an MG. So this scout car might actually live. He's trying to stall, maybe to try and throw a second 18-8 on it, but he doesn't fancy his chances. No, not on a Vet 2 conscript either.
The whole conscript squad and a Vet 2 squad at that if he'd done that. So.
It's all the veterans he has. That Vet 2 conscript squad. He has no other veterans here.
Sensible move to retreat.
It's not worth it, probably.
Besides, you get veterancy just from getting the damage. So
yeah, something we talked with Armstrong about for the World Championships. You know, he felt that, you know, Fouts and 18-8s. Yeah, why not? You get the damage, you still get the XP, because it's no longer calculated on pure kills.
Yeah, so even if you know that you can't follow it up, you just pop away with those Fausts and an 18-8s. Yeah. Whoa, I think I just saw one of those PTRS rifles just one-hit kill one of the crewmen.
Could have been the PTRS, I'm not sure. Very hard to actually
PTRS
see.
Rifle, like, round's gonna be like a huge thing.
Ooh, nice grenade from the guards.
Oh, nice grenade there. It does force a retreat.
There's the P-grants now, however, so that Soviet sniper is needed to pick away at these guys. 45 manpower a shot becomes extremely expensive.
Minced.
Yeah, 2 scout cars.
4 guys in a matter of seconds.
2 scout cars out now from the German player. He's going to be able to apply a lot of pressure, especially with the guard squad off the field. There's nothing really to counter these apart from 18-8s, which was thrown from some conscripts in the center, but it's not enough to kill them off. He needs to, you know, follow it up. But if the scout car is supported by another scout car, the DPS is too high. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
That was brutal.
5 by conscript squad.
Don't mess with 2 scout cars.
Now he just needs to get an MG up here to block this this double conscript charge.
I believe it's still back at the base reinforcing after being forced off by the guards grenade, yeah. Might be a bundle here though on these 2 conscript squad. Instant retreat. Oh!
Whoa! Nice couple of kills there. Those double scout cars, they dish out
a load of damage, man. Yeah, a load of damage.
They're not messing around.
No, not at all, not at all. We do have healing for the HQ in the Soviet base. There's a nice rifle nade, easily going to be dodged, however, by Apfelsaft. He saw or heard that rifle nade being fired. But it's very low health. If he can get all 6 men, it's actually really good. Because he just got healing. Maybe one guy? There's one guy.
He wants to try and send the scout guys out to nab a few of them.
Sniper popping away on the scout cars right now. Hey, you don't chase the conscripts. Go away.
Sniper.
Here comes the guards, however, and the scout car needs to stay away from that.
Oh, he buttons it as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
PTRS rifles not really having a fun time. There's one nice hit, a second one, but the button actually ends, and that scout car is going to be able to reverse back to safety. Looks like the map has switched hands yet again, basically, at least. The fuel on the left-hand side is back in Axis' hands, and you know, he's applying pressure.
Like a good split right now.
Yeah, almost. Apart from this munitions point in the center.
Apart from this munitions point, yeah, it's sitting unclaimed in the middle.
I like this flamer Pio. He's been able to keep it alive for quite a long time. He's got a flamer, he's done some damage. He's very close to Vet 2. He only has 5 kills, but I think he's been dealing damage with that flame instead of just getting the kills. So, you know, it's not bad unit preservation.
Buildings all day.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very good counter for the Germans, getting a flamethrower, a flammenwerfer, using rifle nades, for example, because, yeah, obviously in Tier 1, Tier 2, you can use bundle nades, but it's fairly pricey, you know, 50 munitions, it's quite a lot.
Speaking of P-Rans, here they come.
Look at these guys. Oh, that conscript squad needs to get out of there. Very low health. And
no prisoners tonight.
oh, I believe that sniper just saved the life of that conscript squad.
Nice bundle. Why didn't I kill anyone?
It's just behind them. It was thrown between the conscript and the guard squad. You can see the crater, and the guards were, you know, all up in the haystack right there, and the grenade was thrown way behind them. We do have the 120mm mortar called in now. Might be, you know, against this MG and the house usage from the German player.
Tier 3 is actually coming out from Buggy now, and he does have the fuel to start building pretty much whatever he wants as soon as he finishes building it.
Tier 3 at 14 minutes, not super fast, but not slow either. But at the same time, Apfelsaft is having a bit of a problem in the manpower department. That's his main problem. No, so he can't actually tech right now. It's a big problem. He does have a lot of fuel, so that's not restricting him whatsoever. Problem is manpower.
He was holding those two fuels for a very long time. So.
Yeah, true. But he is lacking manpower. You know, the guard squad took quite a beating there, and he lost an entire conscript squad, so he's down to 3 right now. He's been forced to reinforce them quite a lot due to the P-grants especially. And the sniper has been doing some work, but I think he needs to do even more work to start applying some manpower pressure to the German player. Nice rifle nade on that right-hand side strategic point. 120mm mortar lands on them while capping as well, suffering 1 casualty.
And it's a P4, it's going to be built.
Very common choice right now for German players going for that P4. I wish I'd see more like Ostwinds. I like Ostwinds.
It always, I mean, you don't see them that often in Vico either, or you didn't, because, you know, it's just a bit of a risk, you know, because if a single vehicle comes along, you're just in a little bit of a hole if you go for an Ostwind.
Yeah, I guess.
It's really only worth it if you know for sure your opponent is only going to be relying on like AT guns for anti-tank.
It is risky. It's very risky, obviously. But right now he's not seeing much. And as that combat engineer was lost when the M3 was destroyed, and just after that the combat engineer was killed by the scout car as well, he doesn't actually have any engineers to build base buildings with. So that's not very good.
That is not good. And I just saw that sniper just got massacred.
He's back at base.
I mean, his spotter got massacred.
Yeah. Here's 118. It might be a second one.
There goes him.
Oh, there goes the sniper. That's what the target was for these 2 scout cars, and he didn't really care about, most likely now going to be sacrificing one of the 2 for killing a sniper. Good value from a scout car.
Great trade, yeah.
Here he goes.
There we go.
So sniper down, scout car down for the Germans. Good trade, I have to say. And with the P4 on the field right now, Apfelsaft is in a world of hurt. He's in a lot of trouble right now. He's got his combat engineers on the field, and he's putting up Tier 4, but it's going to take a while to build. It's going to take a while for him to get the manpower required to put an Su-85 on the field, for example. So right now he needs to stall. At the same time, I don't think it's very easy to stall with only 2 remaining conscripts. He lost another one. Without the sniper, you know, pegging away at the infantry, causing instant manpower damage. He's gonna have to trade manpower damage, and he can't really afford that right now. He needs his manpower.
Not even wants to save up for an SU.
Yeah, he needs to save his manpower. That's the problem. German player just seems to be everywhere. Left-hand side, scout car, flamer, and P-grants finds a lone capping conscript squad. Hitting Vet 2. Nice bundle net. He's not dodging it. Oh, that was a very, very lucky retreat. He just hit the retreat when he needed to. So the guys actually moved out of the area of effect of that bundle nade. At the same time, in the center, I see that the Soviets were basically massacred.
Yes, they were. An 18-8 was thrown in an attempt to stall the P4, but it bounced.
Oh. Frontal armor 18, yeah. So it cost a bit of... Oh, whoa, wow, that was a nice 120mm mortar hit, though. Pyre's gonna be forced back, so that P4 will remain unrepaired for a little bit, at least. There goes the P4. The Tier 4 is up. and he did have just enough manpower to start building an Su-85. So he's gonna have some form of a hard counter to that P4 right now, and he sorely needs one.
Yeah, well, one SU plus the guards plus the 18-8, I think he'll be okay dealing with P4 now.
I think actually the German player might...
It's just map control.
Yeah, exactly. I think the German player might be in a little bit of trouble when the Su-85 hits the field, as there's not actually going to be able to be a solid counter to it. You know, the P4 can get around it, but as you say, with guards, with buttons for example, and 18-8 slowing them down, that's not going to work. And he doesn't have anything like a pack, for example. He doesn't have a Panther. He doesn't have any tank destroyer whatsoever.
No, he's going to be in a little bit of a problematic situation, unless of course he decides to upgrade Shreks on his P-Grams.
Yeah, Shreks is a very, very good counter. I'm not sure how his bank is looking right now, but does he have the required munitions?
He has 350 munitions,
oh.
And he's still not picked a commander.
Oh. Well, maybe he's waiting for, you know, that deciding battle of the match to choose his commander.
Unleash a surprise.
Yeah. Surprise Stuka Die Bomb.
He's getting himself a second P4.
There is enough fuel in the bank for a second Su-85. Still, yet again, manpower being the main issue. He had to reinforce both of his conscript squads, which went down to like 2 and 1 man each. So that was very expensive manpower-wise.
Here come the PGs.
Grens against conscripts that are cut off. PGs moving into the center, but there's a little bit too much shooting at them right now. The DPs on the guard squad is targeting them. Plus, that conscript squad.
Nice bundle on a couple of those conscripts there. Does kill a couple of guys.
2 guys down, not bad. It's okay, but it's fairly expensive. You really want to get a real money shot on it. Here comes the Comet Engineer, newly built, got himself a flamethrower, forces off one of the Grenadier squads, 120mm mortar raining down around the Grenadiers, and most likely will be targeting the MG in the center now. Here comes a second P4 on the field as well for the German player Buggy. First one is backing away as it doesn't really have any infantry support against the guards, the conscripts, and this Su-85 hammering down on him.
Yeah, he's going to need some kind of long-range AT. His next purchase, though, is actually a bunker in his base. Probably going to upgrade it to a medic bunker to heal up his guys. He does have a lot of low-health grenadiers.
I'd imagine so, at least. He's going for the cutoff as well. There goes that flamethrower, though. I believe that was a 120mm mortar that actually destroyed him, and he burns to death in his own flame after getting the flamethrower crit. So that's one pyro down for the German player Buggy.
That's a hell of a way to go.
Oh. Button use on the P4, he's trying to get around the building. Su-85 picks him off, combined with the PTRS rifles. The second one, there's got to be a Doctrine Choice smoke used on the second P4 to get out of the way. I think he was trying to go for the Su-85, maybe like a circle strafe or whatever, with 2 of them, hoping to overpower it, outnumber it, but that didn't work.
No, it did not. He has now, of course, picked a Doctrine. He's gone for Panzer Tactician.
Yeah.
As shown by this huge amount of smoke.
Conscripts capping fuel.
He's got his railway artillery support unlocked, and he has the munitions to use it. I really want to see a big money shot in the base.
Oh, German sniper! Where's the Soviet sniper? Oh, it went over to the right-hand side. That new German sniper out for Buggy right now.
New Soviet sniper.
Yep, new Soviet sniper as well. Sniper Wars continues. Reminds me a little bit of Eco, where there's only one sniper of each side on, just waiting to kill each other.
And then there's always some party pooper who builds himself a second sniper.
Yes, someone always ruins the balance.
The odds horribly, yeah.
And then strafe, or yeah, something comes in, and you lose both of them.
Well, it's looking a little dicey for Apfelsaft, I have to say. I mean, he has all the tools he needs to break out of this situation, but I'm not sure if he's gonna... What's this? Is this an attempt to bomb the base?
Could be. Could be. Stuka Die Bomb at HQ is nothing I've never seen before.
Oh, he is putting down rail artillery support on the HQ right there.
Railway already. Nothing's moving away. Nothing's moving away. The Su-85 kills him. He's trying to move away, but that first scatter could have been good, but it was actually a little bit too much to the right. And that railway already spread is quite long, quite large right now.
It's a huge spread, isn't it? I mean, the first one did take out one of the base MGs, so now the German player can just waltz right into the base.
Yeah, the remaining MG covers the right, but not the center entrance, basically. Well, he did manage to dodge them at least.
Now in the middle.
Oh my. He still has both his initial Grens and the P Grens.
Upgrading right now. Double strikes are upgrading.
Okay. I think that's a very sensible choice for the German player. He needs some form of AT against the Su-85s. The P4 is not going to be able to tango with him. Not alone. If you get Vet 2 or Vet 1 to use the Blitz Krieg ability, to get the extra speed to get around, then maybe. But at the same time, even then, with 18 nades and button in the mix, it's still not easy.
Oh, rifle nade on the snipers.
Oh, kills the spotter again. That's poor spotter.
Keeps getting. Sniper was lucky to get out. Spotter was not lucky. Spotter died.
Spotter got dismembered a bit. Lost a leg, an arm.
Just a little bit.
It's okay. They'll just sew him up again and put him back. You'll see. He'll pop out of the HQ real quick. The guy is just back magically. So we have a second Soviet sniper on the field. He does have the things he needs right now. He's got 2 conscripts and a guard squad and 1 combat engineer squad, so he can still keep capping. He's got some indirect fire in the form of a 120mm mortar, even though it's down to 3 men right now. Only has 8 kills, fairly close to Vet 1 to get the precision strike, which is really, really useful. Extremely precise shot. Very good against MGs, for example, when they're clumped up and stuff like that.
And we have seen a bit of lobbing from the German player lately as well. So
yeah. One bullseye hit from that 120mm mortar.
Could be what makes the difference.
It's basically like getting shot by artillery. It kills everything.
Oh, there's another nice rifle nade. Whoa, 2 grenadiers.
Nice.
2 guards, sorry. But he does give the guards Vet 3 in the process.
It was very close to leveling up. I believe I watched the XP bar a bit before. I was fairly close. He just needed a little bit more damage, or damage dealt, or damage received. Here's the Shreks now.
2 Grens just sitting there and he gets sniped.
Oh wow.
Grenadier squad goes down.
These double snipers now from the Soviet player picking away on this MG. He needs to pack up. It's down to 1 man. He's most likely going to be sniped out. There goes the MG crew as well. And there are conscripts in the center throwing a Molotov, forcing off a Grenadier squad that could go nab that MG. Obviously the P4 is kind of guarding it. But yeah, not good, not good.
All of a sudden, a large chunk of the German army is dead.
Yeah, that is a problem.
He lost the MG, although it might get recruited. I mean, I don't know. This conscript squad could run up and steal it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it to happen. I know he wants to take it. He doesn't know of the P4, I think, that it's sitting right there getting repaired. I just put on the fog of war. He has no clue. The P4 says hello and kills 1 guy instantly. He might be able to actually kill that 1 man. Snipers pegging away.
Whoa.
Oh
Didn't
wow!
just kill the 1 man. He killed several men.
He killed 2 conscripts and the remaining MG crewman. Tries to take out the remaining Vet 3 conscript on retreat as well. Misses though, lucky for Apfelsaft. Here comes the Faust on the Su-85. He was a bit too close to those Grens, but it actually bounces on the frontal armor.
Yep, bounces harmlessly.
I guess it's 1 each now. 18 nade bounced on a P4 and now the Faust bounced on the SU.
German sniper came out, popped off one of the spotters and properly got sniped himself.
That happened.
Once again showing that German snipers have the life expectancy of a fruit fly.
Yes, more or less. But yeah, he did lose some mainline infantry there. He lost his MG support, which was very good. It's been serving him quite good. He got Vet 2 on it, which is not too bad. And 1 of these Gren squads, which he basically needs for, you know, obviously combat and capping as well.
Oh, this is an interesting unit, Panzerwerfer.
Tier 4 must be up, obviously, for the German player, and his choice is a Panzerwerfer. I'm not exactly sure of this choice. Because the bottle nade on the guard's gonna be a little bit in front though, so it only does a bit of health damage. I think he expected them to actually keep going forward, running into the grenade, not stopping in front of the grenade. Not exactly sure. Obviously he needs to get rid of the snipers, you know, artillery. We've all seen in both Company of Heroes 1 and Company of Heroes 2 that, you know, indirect fire kills snipers. That happens. It's nothing unusual.
It does. You may like it, you may hate it, but it does happen.
Yeah, but at the same time, he still only has 1 P4, which means it can't actually really move around freely due to the Su-85 on the field.
Yeah, exactly.
So Tough choice. I don't know what I would have gone for myself. Gotten a second P4 to try to take out the Su-85 and then mop up everything else, or get that artillery piece to get rid of the snipers. Both are a problem for the German player right now. At least
2 birds with 1 stone. Get a Brumbar.
that could work. That could work. It would definitely work against the snipers quite easily. And
they were forced to retreat. They heard the P4 rolling around in the fog of war.
Safety retreat from Apfelsaft, I gotta say. Here we go. Panzer Grenadiers with the Shreks going after Su-85. Nice 2 frontal penetrations on that, forcing it to back away. Stolen MG42. Did he actually manage to steal it after all? I didn't even notice that. When did that happen?
I'm not sure.
Here comes the P4 now. It's most likely going to be an 18-8 smoke used to evade the Su-85 and the pursuing conscripts. Middle VP reclaimed for the German cause. Putting the drain back on Apfelsaft.
Panther of the way.
Ooh, Panther. That's going to solve a lot of things for the German player.
Although that is literally all of Buggy's fuel now. That was the rest of his fuel gone.
Ah, yeah, I would imagine so. We actually have quite a lot of float for the Soviet player right now, and I know what it's going for. He obviously shows guard mortar coordination tactics, as he has the 120mm mortar, guards marked vehicle, and the double T-34-85 column. That's what he's waiting for.
Nice.
But I don't know. He's got an Su-85, 2 T-34-85s against a P4 and a Panther. Who wins that mix? I don't know. He's got Shreks to throw in.
It's going to come down to micro at the end of the day, especially when you bring that Panther into the mix. That's what's really gonna change things up.
This, however, might be a problem. The 18-8 luckily didn't penetrate the armor of the P4 to give it a damaged engine, but it did take quite a lot of damage from the Su-85. At the same time, the Shreks are dealing a lot of damage to this Su-85. He's trying to reverse back to safety. He might get another burst off, but the snipers are there to actually help out that Su-85. Here comes the T-34-85s on the field now, out for Apfelsaft. Gonna be moving on to the front lines, and here's the Panther from the German player Buggy. It's going to be one glorious battle.
Honestly, with that P4 now sort of gimped for the next couple of minutes, and especially with his Panther being kind of suicidal, what is he doing?
He's not expecting the T-34s. He wants to just kill off that Su-85, and it's not gonna work. Here comes an 18-8 on the rear armor.
Oh boy, this is good.
Oh, he threw it away.
He's not even going to be able to finish off that T-34, that Su-85. Nope, there it goes. That was
obviously he didn't expect it.
To the wind, and charged in recklessly, and he certainly paid for it.
And he drops the flag and goes, yeah. That was a mistake. I'm not going to be able to get back from that mistake, as I spent all of my resources on that Panther, which literally did nothing at all. And those T-34-85s just came out of nowhere from the fog of war, and all of a sudden he lost the game.
It was a great comeback from Apfelsaft, given the kind of position he was in.
Very back and forth.
Ago, in fact.
Yeah, very back and forth, I gotta say. You know, very nice early game with that Molotov on the Grens, giving him most of the map, and very aggressive play from the German player Buggy, going for the cut-off instantly, and then, you know, map switched hand back and forth a little bit. Pretty good game, solid game.
It was very well played by both players. Thank you guys for watching. Do let us know in the comments what you thought of that game. What do you think of T-34-85s? We think they're pretty cool. We've seen them in a lot of games. Sometimes they've lost the games for the Soviet players, sometimes they've won them. In this case, it did win the game for them. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.
See you guys.